coming up.
This is great cow-calf country. I've got to leave this place in a better shape than I got it.
I'd like to think that 100 years from now, if someone came on this ranch, it would look better.
That focus is sustainability, but for sustainability, long-term economics rules everything.
See how one ranching family in Colorado is planning for multi-generational profitability. Next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Today we're in Northeast Colorado, a drought-prone region where Amy and Toby Johnson operate the Collins Ranch. Toby is the fourth generation to operate the ranch, and his family's goal is to do whatever it takes for the ranch to thrive for generations to come. One of their key strategies for long-term sustainability is the use of Red Angus genetics.
Collins Ranch was founded in 1907. We're located 2.5 hours southeast of Denver, Colorado, in a semi-arid, short grass, sand sage prairie country. It's a commercial cow-calf operation. Our family, from the beginning, was Hereford-based. And then in the 1980s, my father decided to add a little crossbreeding to the cattle. So he introduced Red Angus, thought it was, be a good calving ease, moderate-sized animal. Yeah, so our ranch is kind of divided into two parts. Where we live on the north side is where we calve out our first calf heifers. And then our south side is where our older cows are and their calves. And then our replacement heifers are down there. So it's a little more sand country down where the older cows are. Semi-desert that we live in, it's short grass, sand sage, prairie. We try to have a moderate-sized cow for our environment.
So my husband's a fourth generation rancher and my kids are now fifth generation. I wasn't born into this world. I was born in the big city. I grew up back east outside of Washington, D.C., and I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for being able to raise my three kids on Collins Ranch. When my second child was born, we had a hired hand that left, and my daughter and I, at 1 week of age, would be out in the pastures checking and feeding cattle, and I would nurse her and take care of my side of the ranch, and Toby would take my 2-year-old and go on the other side of the ranch. And the fact that we were able to bring the kids into the ranch from an early age and include them in the ranch work, I think has helped them get more responsibility for then taking care of the land as they grow older. I'm constantly amazed by the fact that we can do what we do, raise a product that helps feed the world. But as my husband always says, there's a huge amount of responsibility in that too. It's our goal to leave our ranch for not only our children, but ideally their children as well.
This is great cow-calf country. Challenges are, especially in the 2000s, we're prone to droughts every few years.
So last year we had a really extreme drought, and in the middle of the summer we had to move every single animal off the ranch. And we were lucky enough to find a neighboring ranch to graze that wasn't too far. And after we went through that, we decided, because the ranch was so stressed, that we reduced our herd by 25 or 30% because we couldn't bring back that amount of cattle that we normally run, knowing that the range really didn't produce anything last year. And we've been blessed to have a really good year this year, but we're very happy that we did destock, because then we can start to heal. Ranching is always throwing things at you, whether it has to do with weather or economic cycles, the pandemic, obviously. There's a lot of things that can come at you. So you're constantly adapting and evolving, but always with a mind towards the future. You can't live short term on a ranch. You've got to think about, do I have enough grass for the rest of the season? How am I going to manage that? If I don't have that, am I going to be able to bring feed in, or will I hurt the land by doing that? I think the interesting thing about ranching is that there's no 2 years are alike. You hear the old timers talk about the droughts in the 50s or the Dust Bowl in the 30s or whatever it is, and we can already hear ourselves talking about that. Remember the drought of 2002 or the fire we had that year, or the droughts in the early 2010 time period.
So we have to really focus on having a drought plan in this area.
But there's always sort of a time where you need to be changing and pivoting from what your plan was. And I think that's sort of the biggest challenge in ranching is you can have a plan, but the first thing you got to do is be ready to change that plan if it doesn't rain.
And my philosophy is, I've got to leave this place in a better shape than I got it. My goal has always been to pass on the ranch to my kids if they want it. That focus is sustainability, fourth generation rancher, hopefully fifth generation, sixth generation. So if we're doing things wrong or not good for the environment, we're gonna lose this place or go out of business. For us, I think ranchers have always been sustainable or they don't stay in business.
So sustainability for me it's something we're constantly needing to learn about and try to improve and be responsible for making this ranch a better place for the next generation and ideally the next one beyond that. And so it's something that we constantly need to work at and improve on. There's never like a complacency. It's not like, oh, we've achieved it. There's always something we can do and something more we can learn to make this a better place.
Up next,
For sustainability, long-term economics rules everything.
Toby and Amy share strategies that help to sustain Collins Ranch well into the future. That story is next here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. The multi-generational Collins Ranch in Kit Carson, Colorado, is within a semi-arid region of the Central Plains. To improve the long-term sustainability of their operation, Toby and Amy have developed important strategies to deal with many of the uncertainties that are typical when ranching on drought-prone land.
In order to be as sustainable as we can on Collins Ranch, we try to incorporate a number of things. Rotational grazing, we'd like to focus on rest, getting in a pasture for less than 7 days and then getting out of there and ideally not coming back for 100 days or more. We keep track of when we are in a pasture seasonally so that maybe at that same time the next year we won't hit that same pasture. We're also trying to use photo points and land EKG to put places throughout the ranch where we can take photos at the same time every year to sort of monitor how our pastures are doing, rate the pastures, and then maybe hit a pasture accordingly to how it's rated every year. So we can give pastures and grass the adequate rest it needs throughout the seasons, not just within one season, but from one season to the next. I like to think this is some pretty amazing cattle country out here. The grass that we do grow has a huge protein content and is a really great place to raise ruminant animals, but there's a lot of drought out here in the arid sandgrass prairie that we have to deal with.
Water is always important to get animals to graze different areas, so we've added a lot of pipelines and tanks, for better grazing.
My husband and I really believe in moderation, and I think the Red Angus breed has been a really good fit for our ranch in terms of the moderate size, the good disposition, the good mothering ability, the low birth weights that we've been able to achieve through some of that genetics, and that's a really great fit for us. There's less stress during the calving season. There's a better ability to graze the amount of animals we want to graze with that moderate size. We're a very arid region, and they don't take as big of a toll on our region than a much bigger breed would. So we've been very happy with Red Angus.
We're headed to our first calf heifer pairs. They're by Kit Carson, Colorado, and there's roughly a little over 200 in there. The calves started being born May 5th or 6th, and the whole group is 2-year-old moms and their calves. Red Angus cattle are so good in our environment because they're heat tolerant. The genetics fit our semi-desert area. And I think Red Angus has always done a great job, moderation, not going after fads. They always have good feet, good eyes. For sustainability, long-term economics rules everything. So you always have to look at profit. And Red Angus is a good breed for our environment to keep us on profit. All our steer calves are sold in the fall, and usually through Superior. We've sold cattle through Superior Livestock Auctions for over 25 years and just believe they do the great job for us. They have multiple buyers always on their sales and well-known, good reputation, so we are so happy selling through Superior. We AI all our first calf heifers to Red Angus sires, try to raise our own replacement heifers, and then the open ones of those we market in the feedlot depending on the prices, we'll either retain ownership of them all the way through to the packer, or we'll mark them if prices are high. So the buyers for our product like Red Angus, when they go see all these calves that are uniformed, no horns, they like that. And we believe Red Angus helps Collins Ranch as a commercial cow-calf operation through their marketing. It helps us as we go through Superior. Some of the production technologies we use is genomic tissue sampling. For our bulls, kind of like our cows, we want, moderate EPD traits. We're not looking for extremes. We want more moderation in our bulls. We started agent source verification through IMI Global, and we are also in the non-hormone treated cattle program through that too. We see advantages in both those. I'm so excited about the future of the ranch because hopefully one of our children will come back to the ranch. We feel like this is a great environment for family, for the beef production. We live in such a beautiful place and so grateful for the area we live in and the opportunity we have to raise good cattle and good people in this area.
I'd like to think that 100 years from now, that if someone came on this ranch, it would look the same, if not ideally better, and that we would still be producing a protein product to feed the world while also improving the environment that we live in.
After the break.
Currently, the U.S. produces about 18% of the world's beef supply, with only 6% of the world's cattle. This is the most efficient system in the entire world. We definitely got there through genetics, advances in management, and use of technology.
Learn about the new Red Angus Association's Profitability and Sustainability Index. That's after the break, here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. The steadily increasing popularity of Red Angus cattle has a lot to do with quality genetics that perform in the pasture and on the rail. But the key to the breed's success is the quality of Red Angus females.
The Red Angus female has long been a benchmark in the industry in terms of maternal excellence. We've found them to be the industry's most preferred female because of the traits that our breeders have put into these cattle for a long, long time. Since its inception, Red Angus has been known for producing high-quality females.
Red Angus females are in high demand from commercial producers across the entire country. Their longevity, fertility, adaptability, and efficiency, coupled with their good disposition, make them the ideal cow for today's producer. The number one driving factor in any commercial cow operation is cow depreciation costs. And because Red Angus females have great longevity, producers can keep cows in the herd longer and market heavier, more profitable calves each year. The Red Angus female has continually catapulted to the top of replacement heifer sales, garnering a $14 per hundredweight premium.
The traits that ranchers can use to be profitable, the mothering ability, the milking ability, the docility, all of those traits that make excellent females. We really feel like that, combined with this extra market value, has really pushed ranchers to capture that extra market value in those good females.
To promote improved heifer development, increase marketing opportunities for Red Angus females, and create reliable sources of high-quality replacement heifers for cattle producers, the Red Angus Association of America has launched the Red Choice program. This program embraces proven reproductive and genetic management practices, which in turn lead to higher quality females that are ready to hit the ground running in producers' herds.
Along with superior Red Angus females and high-performing genetics, the Red Angus Association's feeder calf certification program continues to bring consistent premiums for Red Angus cow-calf operators.
The Red Angus Association of America has a long-standing tradition of not only servicing our members, but also our commercial cattlemen using Red Angus genetics. The Red Angus marketing team continues to develop programs designed to add value to Red Angus calves. We offer the industry's most experienced age, source, and genetic verification program, better known as the Red Angus Yellow Tag. More cattlemen are utilizing the FCCP tag than ever before to garner Red Angus premiums. This past fiscal year, the program enrolled over 214,000 head. This growth is not surprising, considering the tremendous return on investment that producers are experiencing with this third-party, no enrollment fee program. Research has shown that FCCP tag calves garner a $2.98 premium per hundredweight compared to non-tagged Red Angus influenced calves. This equates to a $1,430 difference on a potload of 6-weight FCCP tag calves compared to a potload of non-tagged Red Angus calves. With premiums like this, commercial producers should waste no time enrolling in the program. To enroll, call the Red Angus office and complete a short supplier enrollment question and answer session over the phone to verify that you qualify for the program. Once qualified, tags are shipped directly to the producer where the calves are tagged prior to them leaving the ranch of origin. We have the option of either a 99-cent dangle tag, a $2 EID only, or a $3 dangle EID combination set. The next step is to fill out the customer enrollment agreement and provide some basic calving records. You'll send this document in along with a copy of the first page of your calving book. Once this has been received by the Red Angus office, we will then issue your certificate of compliance, which is the document that buyers are looking for to verify your calf crop in the program. Alternatively, the Red Angus Association offers the Allied Access Tag, which carries the same age and source verification benefits of the FCCP program, but without those genetic requirements. This program is designed for producers utilizing a planned crossbreeding program and has the same easy enrollment process as the feeder calf certification program. Both of these options are ways the Red Angus Association continues to serve our commercial producers and help add value to their calf crop. To find out more, visit our website at www.redangus.org.
Using the FCCP tag adds value to your cattle and makes your buyers more confident. Seeing that tag in their ear, they know that those cattle are age, source, and genetic verified. Ordering the tags from Chessie was really easy. It was literally riding a four-wheeler, dragging a fire stick, burning pasture, and called her on the phone, and the next thing I know, the tag showed up at our doorstep.
Recently, the Red Angus Association introduced a new index to identify beef cattle profitability. The Pro-S Index gives producers the information they need to make cattle management decisions for profitability and better sustainability.
Currently, the U.S. produces about 18% of the world's beef supply, with only 6% of the world's cattle. This is the most efficient system in the entire world. Now, we definitely got there through genetics, advances in management, and use of technology. But as part of this, genetics are the things that have been used generation after generation to improve cattle's populations. They continue to be used in the future, and they should increase the profitability of all operations. So the Profitability and Sustainability Index released by the Red Angus Association of America covers traits from conception through harvest. That means that no matter where we look along the beef supply chain, this index takes into account those economically relevant traits. It looks to increase traits that add value to your herd while maintaining those costs of production, such as mature size or post-weaning feed intake, and really weights that information to make sure that we're trying to continue to advance Red Angus genetics in a sustainable and profitable direction in the future. An index is essentially an economic weighting of an EPD profile. The Red Angus Association currently publishes 16 EPDs, and it becomes very hard as you look across those EPD profiles to identify which animal's the most profitable. And that's the job of an economic selection index, is to weigh off those differences of inputs and outputs of a beef production system to help you identify the most profitable genetic packages. The best way to learn more about Red Angus indexes and Red Angus genetics is to visit redangus.org. Under there's a section called Genetics. and all the information you could ever possibly want is on there.
Thanks for joining us today. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Pam Minnick. For our entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.